Welcome again to another episode of the Goalpost Gossip. I'm your host Alton, and without further ado, let's get that ball rolling. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back. We will just briefly talk about stuff that happened during the course of this week. This episode is basically about the Champions League. As we all know, Chelsea succumbed to another defeat, or should I say another winless game. Um, we lose out to Atalanta, which is I blame nobody but the coach for this. Yeah, I blame nobody but the coach because too much rotation, man. And why are we overcomplicating football, man? If the team is playing good, you find your best team, your best starting 11, and just keep your starting 11. The same thing we spoke about is like you have to see off a game before you bring in players that you don't have all that so much confidence in, or players who are not performing. You can't have players who consistently making mistakes and not performing, and just because of the sake of rotation you are putting them in. Use the best team that you have, and when you put the game away, then you bring in these players. It's not rocket science. Oh man. Atalanta is struggling in Serie A, and then we lose out to Atalanta. It just shows our poor run against lower level teams, or teams that are, doing lower blocks, defending a lot. We find it very hard to break down teams that are defending a lot, which seems like a problem going forward, because I think we have the talent to break down teams who are defending, but apparently we're not. I don't know why. What's been said from the coach and how this getting guy is driving me insane. They use this guy for the entire game, and I've seen nothing, absolutely nothing. At one point, the coach had like 8 defenders on the team, man. You got defenders in midfield, you got defenders defending. What are you defending? You got players who can play in the midfield. Why you got defenders there? Why? Stressing me out, man. But I hope we can bounce back. I really hope that we can bounce back, because this is getting out of control. We played like four. This is 4 games. No wins. This we can't continue like this. Knowing the potential that we have, you gotta shake the team up. Get this getting guy out. I keep saying, get this getting guy out, man. This getting guy is garbage. He needs further development for Chelsea. He's not ready yet. But yeah, let's see what we bring in Premier League, man, against Everton. Maybe we can redeem ourselves. So let's see. Over to Liverpool. Of all the talking that's going on, the case that's going on, we all saw that Mohamed Salah was involved into the team that went into the Champions League. So we don't know if that's the head. As I've been saying, Saudi Arabia is drawing close. So just maybe this is it. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, Liverpool went on to win their game. Not convincingly. I mean, in all honesty, like for the past couple of games, Liverpool been dominating games and so forth, but they're just not finishing off, and their defense is just rocky. So even if they score goals, they be conceding, So it's yeah, that's Liverpool business over there. But Salah was not in the team, and they managed to win by it's just luck. And they won by that penalty, which wasn't a penalty. That by no standard, that's not a penalty. But they gave Liverpool one, and they actually make use of the opportunity, and they won the game, which sucks. But Hey, they won, and I think they are above Chelsea now in the Champions League. As struggling as how Liverpool is struggling, and it seems like team like Chelsea is not so much struggling. Still, there's no breathing space between these teams and Liverpool. Same thing in the Premier League. There's no breathing space between the top teams and Liverpool as much as how Liverpool is struggling. That is concerning. You know what I mean? Because if Liverpool should just hit one gear, they overtake everyone. They're passing everyone because if they are going through this and they're not so far away from the teams that are deemed the top teams, like in points, in results, I mean, you know, if they just shift one gear, man, it's gonna be very very alarming because no doubt that they have the ability to. So Liverpool redeemed themselves without Salah win that game. So let's see where they go in the Premier League this weekend. Also, Manchester City. Actually, Manchester City won their game also against Real Madrid. That was a very very fierce game. And I kind of love Alan's celebration that when he scored like on the moon, yo. But Man City is slowly picking themselves up, and it's showing because they are do getting results in Champions League and they're getting results in Premier League, especially like Premier League. They do pick up the pace a lot and push a little pressure on Arsenal, you know. So that's good for the competition also. But Man City, yeah. That was a very good game, entertaining game. I think Real Madrid is not always the Real Madrid like what we also think. Just as how we think of Liverpool, it's just Real Madrid have that high standard. They have some great players over the years. Even now, they have very good players. But you know, as the coaches come and the coaches go with different style, they kind of shape the team in different ways. You know what I mean? And Real Madrid is not shaped out that brilliant right now to me, to be honest. They are there to be beaten. Same thing for Barcelona. They are there to be beaten. You know what I mean? So very, very, very good week of Champions League. Not as entertaining as previous weeks, but the results were in. Bad result for Chelsea, but good result, and congratulations to the teams that won. Tottenham win. I see Newcastle. They actually drew. I wanted Newcastle to win, man. Just for some reason I just needed Newcastle to excel. You know what I mean? But they're doing their thing. They ended up drew. Anthony Gordon played a marvelous game. So it ends 2-2, and Newcastle is still swirling high. So yeah, this is just supposed to be a little quick update on what's going on, what I think about what's going on, and so forth and so on. So yeah, this is the end of this episode of the podcast. Again, this is Goalpost Gossip, the podcast where football meets banter. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow the movement at Gossip Goalpost. As usual, peace.